Okay, so this is a React video from me for Clear Value Tax's Doge application. Okay, so let's take a listen real quick.
Thank you very much for supporting me. It means a lot to me. I want to give you a status update on my application to Doge. But first, I want to say this is a part of it. I want to tell you something because it's gotten me really upset. I mean, this is truly, I'm really...
So you can kind of tell from all the videos that I've seen, he is just a no bull crap type of person, right? He cuts through everything. This is a Clear Value Tax, and he submitted a Doge application to be able to be a part of the Department of Government Efficiency department, right? Or agency, whatever you want to call it. Still, anyways, he seems to have an actual what do you want to call it? Something like a responsibility to help America become more efficient. So let's see how his application's going.
Really pissed off right now.
Oh,
so the
he's
government
pissed.
created the Corporate Transparency Act that went into effect this year for 2024. Okay?
In case you don't know what that is, that was a new bill or law, whatever you want to call it, that was submitted that all small businesses earning less than $5 million are basically required to submit their personal information to the government. And, well, actually, it's a Financial Crimes Institute, but still. It's the government, and you were supposed to submit a form that had something like your birthday, your driver's license information, and stuff like that, which, I mean, is, they already have that information, for one, but for two, it's it doesn't necessarily just provide it for the United States government. It provides it for all other government, too, that's not the United States. So, overseas type things and stuff. So basically, you kind of open yourself up a little bit to more of a risk to be hacked and stuff like that, in my opinion. But let's listen to see what he says.
I want to tell you something because it's gotten me really upset. I mean, this is truly, I'm really pissed off right now. So the government created the Corporate Transparency Act that went into effect this year for 2024. Mm-hmm. Okay? So basically what it is, it tells small businesses to give their personal information to the federal government, to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Right. And they threatened, if you don't do that,
you basically face up to $10,000 in fines or 2 years in prison and or both.
If you don't submit by December 31st, then the penalty is going to be $10,000, and they're going to fine you an additional $591 a day and up to 2 years in prison. Right. Okay, so on Monday, I make a video covering the Corporate Transparency Act because the deadline is approaching, December 31st. Right. And of course, some people are going to watch that video and file their reports.
Of course.
I filed their reports.
Right.
So late Tuesday, the next day, a court rules that this whole thing, the Corporate Transparency Act, is unconstitutional because it's a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
Okay, so let me break that down real quick, because if it's ruled unconstitutional and people have already filed it, that means there's still a database of it. Because just because it was ruled unconstitutional doesn't mean that all of the data that was already submitted isn't in a database somewhere, right?
Which protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures. And on top of that, the judge says that the regulations for small businesses, it falls within the jurisdiction of the states, not the federal government.
Right.
So
which means overreach.
The Transparency Act would give more and new power to the federal government.
Right.
But anyways, it was struck down with an injunction. You don't have to do it. So basically, it's government overreach.
I don't know why the volume is going down like that.
All the wasted taxpayer money that was spent on this, dedicating staff to it, dedicating resources to it.
You know, that's a good point that he makes that I didn't really think about until I saw this video, which is the fact that it was ruled unconstitutional by court just now after someone with influence made a video about how you should go ahead and do it, which means probably what happened is he made a video and people were like, wait, what? Because they weren't aware of it, first of all, and which means that the government would have been able to put a lot of small businesses basically out of business with a $10,000 fine and or 2 years in jail, right? So the fact that they made this agency, funded it with billions of dollars per him, I mean, I trust him because he has all of his stats in order, right? And it's just so confusing to me how that much money can be absolutely wasted and then just thrown in the trash out of nowhere. Like, why did that happen? Okay? Anyways, let's continue.
It was billions of dollars. They even spent money advertising this program. Now, I want to tell you this. I applied to Doge specifically to clean up the IRS. However, if I get into Doge, my first order of business would be to wipe that BOI database absolutely clean.
Okay, so he says that obviously because he's already submitted his personal information, right? I mean, I get it. He's probably for just the general public as well. But I mean, obviously, if you've already submitted your personal information, you're like, okay, let's get that gone, right? So also, though, he wanted to clean up the IRS specifically, which is drastically needed because at this point, the IRS are going after more middle-class families than top earners, right? And I'm sorry to say, yes, there are many loopholes that top earners use and that are illegal, but they shouldn't be, right? So it's not like I hate the top earners. I hate the policies that are in place, which he is planning to hopefully attack and clean up, in his own words. Okay, let's continue.
As of November, 8 million small businesses have surrendered their information to FinCEN, and it's unconstitutional. That was a violation. Okay, now I want to tell you this. In terms of my application to Doge, Vivek Ramaswamy has said on X that he will review...
In case you don't know, Vivek Ramaswamy is one of the head people of Doge along with Elon Musk. I mean, I honestly trust Vivek a little bit more than I do Elon Musk, just because Elon Musk, I don't know if he should have necessarily control over regulatory things concerning his own businesses. But still, at least Vivek is there to hopefully, help mitigate that. But still, anyways, let's continue.
My application. So thank you so much for reaching out to Vivek, to Elon, to Trump, to Doge. Our collective efforts, they truly make a difference. So listen, I want to tell you this. I am so grateful for your support. So thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to continue fighting for you. So this whole Doge thing, it's not about the money. It's not about the power. It's got... The dark side has nothing of interest to offer me, son.
I kind of believe him because he literally, I mean, he's... Okay, let me just show you what he's looking like, right? He has on the most plain suit you can probably have, a tie and a white back screen. He's had this for his entire YouTube career so far. And he has not wanted to ask anyone for anything. Actually, he even put out his profits from YouTube as you can invest in it and become part of it, if that makes sense. And it's just unheard of. Like, I had never seen anyone do that. I plan on honestly doing something similar if this channel happens to ever take off. That would be awesome. And of course, I want to give back to the community that support me, as well as my local community, because I think that if someone is able to help their neighbor pay their house off, it helps the local economy so much, because that's just more money they can put into the economy as well. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me it does, because whenever you help someone else, right, like if my neighbor and or best friends that I have, I can help them pay their house off, then hopefully that can spread, because I want to believe in a humanity that is more so collective, in the fact of, like, are we tired of being poor or not? Because, I mean, I'm not necessarily the poorest person, but I'm definitely not just comfortable to where I could just take 2 weeks off of work if I wanted to. You know what I mean? So that's basically where I'm getting at, is the fact that he is very community based and I'm trying to be community based plus local based, because I think if I earn enough money to be able to help my neighbors and or community as a whole, I feel like that money spreads out even further once you eliminate some of those stresses. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue.
I'm doing this as duty to America, to my country. And it's not blind patriotism to this country.
That is a good point, because blind patriotism obviously is like a semblance of nationalism, and that tends to stray towards a negative side. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, you know where I'm getting.
Rather, it's helping a neighbor out. It's helping our fellow Americans out. That's what this is all about for me. It's my duty.
And you see, the thing is, you
Because
can almost
I believe,
you can almost hear the emotion in his voice, because I think he truly cares. And he lives in Chicago, so he probably sees a lot of the best and worst of society, if that makes any sense. And I know I say that a lot, but I can't help it. It's just how I talk. Anyway, let's continue.
What I believe, I'm so sick of this corruption, and I believe all this government waste is a byproduct of that corruption. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. That's all I wanted to say. I'm upset. I want to fix this, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
I really enjoy watching his videos, and if I had anything to say, you should subscribe and like all of Clear Value Tax's videos, because they are all 100% factual. They are 100% like he does his research, and he's not going to BS you, if that makes, like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care about your feelings. He doesn't care about biases. All he cares about is, from what I understand, is the economic benefit for the country. And so I hope you give him a like. I hope you support him. Please share his videos. Please like his videos, subscribe to him, because he's a very good use of information. He's been very useful for me. I mean, I guarantee you a court wouldn't have ruled against this if this video wasn't put out Monday. And his Monday video, literally Tuesday, it was ruled unconstitutional, probably because there was so much pushback and somebody wanted something done about it. I'm pretty sure. Because if you just think about it, you have small businesses that make less than $5 million a year, right? That were basically made to give their personal information to the government, and that information was also available to other crime units in other agencies, and that just opens you up to more risk, like I said before, to bad actors. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways, hopefully you found this informational, and I hope you give him a like, and I hope you give this channel a like and a subscribe, because I will continue to go over videos that he goes over, just to make it more layman's terms for people who don't necessarily understand where he's coming from or why he's doing it, and I hopefully can help explain that even just a little bit better than he can. Anyways, thank you, and like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.